find an iPhone charger in Saudi. Everybody got
Yeah, this is you, yeah.
For you,
even
bro.
we actually got you a gift too. yeah. It's my wife had it. She
Thank
was
you so
like,
much.
empty-handed.
Right.
So,
Thank you so much.
no problem. It's for you and your wife, apparently.
Thank you.
I don't know
I'll
exactly.
say to her, I go to shop something.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nah, you're welcome. It's a little welcome to Saudi Arabia gift,
No,
you know.
thank
So.
you. Thank you so much.
You got a charger for him, bro? No, they will find one. Don't
I'm
worry.
with him, I'm with you, so nobody will call me. So that's fine.
It's here, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my phone here. Welcome, bro. It's nice meeting you.
Thank you so
Nice
much.
meeting
It's
you, man.
amazing.
We
It's
appreciate you guys giving us your time.
No.
Thank
this
you,
is-
man. And
this is a pleasure.
thanks once
Really
again.
a pleasure.
Thank you.
So Muta, he's not a massive football guy, so he's gonna
I'm
do
learning.
his best. He's learning.
I'm learning.
sent
Like
him
me,
the
I have to
highlights.
learn many things.
I sent him the highlights. I sent him, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta know who this guy is, you know what I mean? So he knows.
So most of the questions are gonna be for him, but of course, living in Saudi for 14 years, I'm starting to learn about football. I stopped calling it soccer. That's a good thing.
No, but what I really want to know, how you get the idea 14 years ago to come to Saudi?
Yeah, bro. I just wanted that change. You know, I wanted to,
living in
living in Los Angeles. But I had my second, because I became Muslim 22 years ago.
Okay.
And that's the first time I ever visited Saudi Arabia, and I fell in love with it. Okay. And I just felt like it just kept calling me back. But this is before.
Directly to Riyadh? Or?
Directly to Riyadh.
Okay.
Welcome to ARLS Lead to Saudi podcast. My name is Shamas Khan. I have with me my co-host Mutabil. I have a football legend with us today. 300 plus appearances for Barcelona and Seville. Played with greats of the game like Messi, Suarez, Neymar, Xavi, Busquets. 4 La Liga titles, 1 Champions League, 2 Europa Leagues, 5 Copa del Reys. We have Ivan Rakitic. Welcome.
Wow,
Thank you so
welcome,
much.
brother.
Ivan
Rakitic.
You
Welcome.
can say however you want. Or Raki, what you need.
But thank you for coming on the podcast. It's a pleasure to speak to you and meet you.
My pleasure. Thanks for the invitation.
you.
It's really amazing to be here with you guys.
Thanks for coming, man. But I'm amazed at these titles you just spit out right.
He looks
like
so young
that.
as well. It's crazy.
He's young and
I need a good barber.
We can introduce you to a few. But actually, that takes us to our first kind of subject, right? Like, how are you finding Riyadh? Like, how is it?
I really get surprised because you can imagine when I decided to move to Saudi, I was a bit afraid too because I think one thing is what the people show us to Europe, and the other thing when you are really here to can live it really by yourself, you know.
Yeah.
So I get really surprised, but not surprised what does you really have here or what you are preparing for the future. I'm surprised because of the happiness of the people.
Yeah.
This is really amazing. You know, wherever you go, in my club, in the hotel when I was in the hotel, now in my compound, when I go for shopping with my family, when I go to a kids park, the people are so open, so kind.
Yeah.
And this is where finally where you can say, now Riyadh is my new home, you know? So you want to feel happy. You want to be really like to say, this is my home. When we was traveling last week with my family, and I told, tomorrow we go home. And my older daughter say, Papa, we go to Riyadh or to Sevilla? I said, no, to Riyadh.
Wow, that's amazing.
Riyadh is our new home. So this is where I think you guys are really unbelievable. So this is what I really finally appreciate. I'm here of course, to play football, to try to help to give these new steps with my club, with Shabab, and also with the Saudi Pro League. But this is where you really get surprised. The happiness of the people, so open, so kind, and this is living day by day, really amazing.
I think a lot of people, especially coming from Western world, the first time they visit Saudi, they have this same outlook on Saudi Arabia. They surprised because the Western media doesn't really show the true side of Saudi. But Saudi is one of them places you got to experience and to really feel it.
It really is. I took many times in my way to Riyadh just to read, to learn about the Vision 2030, about the Prince, about what happened in the future, about the league. Nice. And one thing is to read it, to have the papers in front, to see what really the Prince will prepare for first of all, for the people in Saudi, but also with the idea to unify the three continents, to bring Africa, Europe, and Asia together and open to the world, really, Saudi. There you have to say, many times I'm speaking to all the teammates, of course, everybody wants to know how is it there, because there was for sure also for them some offers, and I can understand that to do this move, it's not easy.
Yes.
But I have to really say to everybody, visit Saudi, even if it's of the professional part to do your business, or like me playing football. But even if not, just to visit Saudi, it's amazing. Just to invite all the people, because they will love it, and I'm sure the people they come, they will come back again.
Wow,
that's amazing to hear, right?
It's amazing to hear.
Have you been out there? Like, have you seen Diriyah or like?
I was in Diriyah. I was in Diriyah after I think my second day. The people from the club, they showed me Diriyah. I did maybe 628 kilometers walking.
Wow, you saw the whole thing.
But we had a nice time there. They explained me all the history. We had also some dinner inside in Diriyah.
Traditional Saudi food, yeah?
No, it was not so traditional. It was more...
but it was good food.
It was good food.
Everything good for Saudi.
The most important part, it was a good time together, to enjoy it together. But of course, I saw this. I tried to go to the streets, to know the people, to know the culture, but by my way. Not that somebody have to show it to me. Look, you have to go there. You have to see this. And I think if you want to be really like at home, you have to do your own experience.
Exactly.
So you have to move. I like to go to the supermarket to buy what we need at home, to speak to the people. I think like this, you can really feel that you are on the right place,
Amazing. That's how you got to adapt. Like, when I first moved to Saudi, I had to do the same thing. A lot of my friends was trying to get me to go to compounds. But I wanted to live with the people, wake up every day, see the people, say hello to the neighbors. What do you like so far? What would you say the best experience in Saudi you had so far since you came here?
I think that there are really many things. What I really want to say, I'm so appreciated the warm welcome I had in the club, in the dressing room, with the guys, because finally, of course, my family is now here with me. But I think that I'm more time with the guys in the club than with my family, with my wife and my kids at home. And this one welcome, with the president, with the fans, with the sports director, the coach, my teammates. And from the first day to feel really on the right place,
Amazing.
This is when they really show you the respect. They are so happy to have you here, So this is where I decide after maybe 2 hours, I called my family. I told it was the best decision, because you will really, of course, it's a big change to move from Spain to Saudi with the kids, to change their schools, new friends. It's not so easy. And I take care about them, because for me, if they feel good, I will feel much better.
Of course.
So to see that they are happy, and that's why the question the last day from my older daughter, we go home and that way or in that way. And this was good, Today also the whole day playing with kids outside.
Amazing.
And this is when you finally can say this is the best experience to say you're really on the right place.
What I really like about what you said too was that about actually integrating into the culture. Because what I don't like is when people come here and you don't see them, they kind of hide away. But you're really making an effort. Like you said, you're doing your own grocery shopping, you're meeting people.
I go like all other guys. I buy this morning maybe some salad, some fruits, some vegetables, all what we need at home. So I did some pictures. They spoke with me about why Shabab, no, whatever.
You're going to go through that a lot.
You have to go here, you have to move there. So,
are you surprised by the passion of the fans? Like the fact football is huge here.
It's really amazing. That's why to really feel day by day, there are fans waiting outside of the training ground, maybe 1-2 hours just to do in 10 seconds one picture, this is finally, because if I move here, for me it will be maybe easier to stay in Sevilla. This was my home. My wife, she's from Sevilla. The club offered me a new contract, so to still move, do more things there. But I decided because of love for football, So when I had my first Zoom call with the president Mohammed from Al Shabab. After this call, it was clear for me I want to do that.
So what made you really make that change? Like, do you believe in the future of football in Saudi Arabia? Do you believe
I think that's why when I had my time to in the flight to when we was traveling to Riyadh, first of all to learn about the Vision 2030 and
Yes.
also with the PIF, with the Saudi Pro League, what where they want to reach, what is the target. I think it's different to read it or to listen somebody trying to explain it to you, but when you are inside, you can really understand what really happened.
You see
And
it, yes.
I may be in the same way thinking about like the Saudi Pro League, like Cristiano Ronaldo told some weeks ago that maybe the Saudi League it's on the level like the French Liga. There maybe we have to wait because maybe to reach that it's still a bit far away.
But it's heading
this have
that
to be
direction.
the target. That's why
It's
I
going
like
that
it.
way.
This is what because if you have no target, if you're just moving the movie, so you get bored and finally it's finished in nothing,
Yeah.
And this is where you really can help the guys, and that's why we are here, and I'm sure that the future, not only football, all the sports world, it's here in Saudi.
I believe so, yeah.
And it's important, like, you guys are kind of, I don't know what the word is exactly, but your teammates will learn. They have world-class players like Ivan here, Ronaldo, Mane.
They would take it more serious, yeah.
Of course, they see your training, the way you prepare for games. That's going to naturally rub off on these guys. So
exactly.
That's why I have to try to take out this meeting at 2 o'clock in the morning, the guys to have them in the room, but it's really difficult. But I think that we have to learn from each other,
Exactly.
That's why it was, for example, also 3 weeks ago we had the away game, and we was like 6-7 players in one room having treatments with the physios. And one guy told me, Katani, a player from Al Shabab, he told me, sorry, Rakitic, this is not like in Barca, we are all together. I said, no, this is better. Because we are here all together. Of course, in Barca or in Sevilla, it's the treatment is one by one. One physio, it's with one player. But we was there 4 physios with like seven players. But all there together, laughing, doing jokes.
This doesn't bother. Because actually, interesting
music.
Point. Like the quality of hotels might not be the same. Everything is developing.
It's different, but I like that because this is
the
where
bond
you get.
can be stronger.
This is where you get really strong.
Nice.
Wow.
Because if you get the 10 best players in the world, this will not be the best team.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
So you have to have this
that bond. The bond is,
You have to feel. You have to feel strong together. I told him this is better. This is better to stay here together, to enjoy. I do some jokes with you. You will do it with him. You then after with me. We laugh.
Language is a problem, or
normally all guys they speak English.
Okay, good.
So we have to also to learn a bit Arabic. So some guys they doing something in Spanish. So
you learn some phrases. Any Arabic? You learn?
That's it.
Inshallah,
Arabic phrase,
inshallah.
That could be many things here.
I have to try, but maybe in some months we can do it much better.
Inshallah. So I have a few questions on football, so I might have to take over the podcast a little bit.
I'm learning. I'm learning, bro. I call it football, not soccer anymore. So
Soccer.
We'll do like a quick rundown. So, I mentioned at the start of the show that you have 300 appearances for Barcelona and Seville. But I wanted to ask the early days, so like at Basel and Schalke, like, how was that? I mean, how do you look back on that time in your career? Like, do you remember it well? Do you have any good memories of it? Like, how was it for you?
No, really, amazing. I think when I was 14, 15 years old, there you can understand that it get like step by step a bit more professional. Until 14, 15 years, you play football or soccer.
Yeah.
Because you really like it, and they are your friends, with the friends, to be with them. There I start playing for the Swiss national team with 15 years. And there you can start to feel, after one season, Chelsea called me to move to London.
Your trial at Arsenal as well?
Also, but my father told me, no, you have to stay here, you have to finish school, everything.
Also, you actually had a trial at Arsenal and then said no?
I had both. I have many things. Also, to move to Italy, to Germany.
Wow.
But my father told me, no, you have to finish.
Father wanted education first.
Yeah.
You must have been confident in your ability, though, because how difficult is that to say no to? You have...
I can understand. I think there's no not a right decision. I think that every player, it's different. You know, it's not that my decision is. All the guys have to reject it and to go like step by step. For me, it was clear. My father told me, no, you have to finish school, everything. I start also with 16 studying architecture in one of the best parts in Switzerland, Herzog and Demeron. They are really. Maybe we can bring them, my bosses, to Riyadh. They can do something.
Now's the time.
So I started first the other way, rejecting a bit, these big clubs. To sign my first big professional contract in Switzerland, in Basel, and just to feel what is professional football, because with 16, 17 years, you are playing like kids football, you know, this is not professional, you know, so they're going step by step. Then with 19 moved to Germany to play my first year Champions League, to really understand what it is every weekend to be at the top at 100%. You have to win, because you have to win again and again. And understand that this is maybe that part, this professional part, what we have to bring to Saudi, you know, this understanding. We like to enjoy, to go out, to be happy, to have good food, you know.
But you gotta be disciplined at the same time.
The discipline in Germany, first of all, was so important for me, really to understand the professional part. And then finally to decide to move to Spain, for me, was really amazing.
See, this is amazing. I'm mad at the American. You guys didn't tell us that football was the biggest sport in the world. You guys had us thinking our football was the biggest sport in the world, man. Nobody watch it but Americans.
But financially,
how's it going to be the world champion when nobody but Americans watch it?
Financially, though, NFL got big money in it. That's
they got big money, but football, this next level, bro. Soccer for Americans.
Who was influential in terms of like coaches or players in this period? So before we go to Sevilla and Barca, like in the early period of your career, who was the most influential?
This was an older coach. His name is Werner Mock. He was maybe the best coach for the younger guys. I started playing with him I was 14 years old. And this was my season where I get really the next step.
Okay.
You got to start early with football.
Yeah, I started playing with 4 years.
4 years old.
4 years old. So you can imagine it's going really, But
amazing.
I think you have something. You can learn during your career, but other things you have to have in your blood.
That's true.
You have to get born with that, you know.
You're born with it, you know what I mean?
So
it's in you.
and this coach was, and he is still today.
You still in touch?
He's still there. Yeah, he's still in touch. He meets me many times in Spain. They're doing preseason in Spain. Then I travel to meet them. And he was for me for sure the number one.
Amazing.
So then just fast forward a little bit. So 2014 you win the Europa League. 2014 you win it, then you move to Barca. Then 2015 you do the treble, right? So I guess this is nearly 9-10 years on. How do you look back on that period of your career? Because it clearly is the most successful time, right?
It was a bit a crazy time, because in 2014, starting this season, it was really hard in Seville, because we changed 15 players and 16 new comes to the club. So it was big changes. And then I get the first captain in Sevilla to be from outside, not Spanish, after Maradona. Maradona played also in Sevilla.
I know that.
And he was the last captain, not Spanish, in Sevilla. Because normally there are all the time Spanish guys, they are captains. So they give me this big responsibility, but with big changes, you know. And also they offer me a new contract. I was still waiting because the club changed the president, everything. And finally, with these big changes, we was able to win this Europe League. It was really amazing for us. I was the MVP of the final.
Nice.
And after that, finishing with the World Cup in Brazil with my country. So it was really, it moved so fast, you know. Yeah, it was an amazing season. And just arrived to Brazil, Barcelona called me. So before the first game, we had the opening game against Brazil. Subizarreta was the sports manager. He called me the next day. Luis Enrique called me. He was the coach. We want to sign you. And in 3 days, we finished it. So it was a season for me.
Very quick.
Yeah, very quickly. And I'm also the first player in history of football winning one season the Europe League and next season Champions League.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it was really, these 2 years was...
And you scored in the final as well, right?
in the Champions League
Champions
final.
League, yeah. The second Croatian ever. I read that today.
Yes.
So Mandzukic the first one, and then
yes.
yourself,
Wow.
yeah.
Yes, scored the first goal.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
history, man. It's a young legend, bro.
Yeah.
But I think also we did maybe the best Champions League season in the history because we won the French champion, the English champion, we won the German champion and the Italian champion. We won Manchester City, Paris, Bayern Munich and Juventus. So I think it was like doing the perfect Champions League, you know?
Yeah.
Wow,
So going the hardest way because all the time when you have a draw, you think maybe this team not, you know, but and it catches again and again.
Wow.
And I think this 2 seasons was to do the next step to be really at
highlight
at
of
the
your
top.
career.
Yes,
for sure. So I asked a few really kind of football mad friends some questions. You know, I'm going to speak to Ivan Rakitic. What do you think? So Raj Chauhan, he asked me to ask you, what is your memory and can you talk about the experience of playing with Messi, Suarez, Neymar? And did you have any specific instructions? Because these guys are obviously very attacking players. I don't know how much defensive work these guys are doing. So did you have any specific instructions to cover for them or anything like that? Or
I was thinking about when I moved to Barcelona, knowing that I will play with these guys, also with Xavi, Iniesta, you know, Busquets.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, of course, that I have to change my football because being captain and the leader of Sevilla, but arriving to Barcelona, your role will change.
For sure.
So it's not only to say you're captain or you're not captain. So your role have to change. But I told me before we went to the preseason, this first season, I told the guys, I will try to be myself, and if I can help even like this to all these guys, it's amazing. How I can do that? Let's going day by day. Let's move. They have to know me because they know me already. We played like three years with Sevilla against them, so they will know me, and I have to try to understand their football, and they will understand my football for sure.
Yeah,
you know. So of course we all like to speak about Leo, about Neymar, Luis, but it was like giving to them guys to say that they also can say I enjoyed these seasons playing with Ivan Rakitic. You know, of course, we speak about the guys, they're scoring like 50, 60, 70 or 100 goals every season. But I think they can also understand that without us behind, it's not possible, you know. So I can understand if I play on the right side and if I have in front of me Leo, and he's waiting for his moment. So I don't have to explain to Leo what he have to do. He knows it. So I have to understand what I can do to try to help him to be in a better position when we have to attack. He don't have to defend. That's my part. So I will do that. Don't care. I will do 12, 13, 14 kilometers per game. No problem. But score the goals. Yeah?
Okay.
You will be there. I will give it to you. Tomorrow, everybody will speak about you, not about my effort. I don't care, you know. But you have to understand that, you know. And after I was there 6 seasons, 6 long years, and I told if I was able to do it like this better, these guys, it's amazing. But what can you say to play with these guys? You know, it's top.
Well, so Messi, I think by consensus is the best player ever. So I'm really interested to know, what's he like? Obviously, we see him play amazing, right? But does he do anything outside of physical training? Like, does he have any like secret tips? Like, what's this guy doing? Like, I want to know. Like,
first of all, I want to say I'm the biggest fan of Neymar. So Neymar all the time in my team.
And it's a few Neymars, right? Because I'm starting to get confused.
No, there's
one Neymar.
One Neymar.
Is that the one who came
plays for
recently?
Hilal,
He's here. Okay. He's here also, but he all the time in my team.
Okay.
That's it. First.
Not above Messi though.
He's my favorite player.
Interesting.
He's my favorite player. But of course, Messi is the best, not only now in the history of football, for sure. And it was really an absolute pleasure being all these years with him. Of course, he do some work, but I think he's touched by God on a special way that if he would like to play,
so Messi is that good.
He's that good. If he would like to play left back, I think he will be the best left back. If he want to play, I don't know, goalkeeper maybe not because he's not so tall.
He's small, right?
But whatever he can choose, you know. And there you can really feel in the games it's different, but to feel it day by day, there you can really feel how good he is, you know. because how he received the ball, because he knows before what happened behind, his movements. It's so easy. It looks so easy. When he finish scoring a goal, you say, but it looks so easy.
Yeah, but you
No,
can't.
it's like it's not shooting on goal. It's like giving a pass to the goal.
So he's a natural, gifted person, probably.
Yeah.
Is there anything maybe he do more practicing? Do he do more? What
That
does
I
he do
think
that
is
makes it
maybe
different?
the difference. When the people many times they ask me, what is the difference, or who you like more, Cristiano or Leo?
Yeah.
So this is, I think, the question over the questions.
Everybody else.
Yeah,
So it's like what you prefer, the red color or blue color. So
Yeah.
so it's
Like
different.
Kobe, they say like Kobe, what made him special is that
Yeah.
like sometimes they have basketball practice like 5 a.m. in the morning. The rest of the teammates are complaining.
Yeah.
They said Kobe go to practice before practice. He there at 4 a.m. He practiced by himself.
Yeah.
Then he practiced with the team at 5 a.m.
Ronaldo's like this, right? From everything.
Maybe that's why.
by all
Maybe
accounts,
Ronaldo's in that way.
Wow.
But
yeah.
Messi gets his shoes on. He get on a pitch and he's the number
So
one.
he's a natural.
But what so can you learn anything from? I mean, did you learn anything from him? Because I feel like it's a bit of a disservice to not blame, but just say it's genius. You know, like does he do anything additional to make him as good as he is?
I think when we speak about that, you can speak about that a bit like general, you know.
Yeah.
But if you speak about Leo, it's all different, you know. Because for me, it was when I moved to Barcelona. I tried to learn from Xavi, from Iniesta, but not only on the pitch. How he's out of the pitch, how he prepares the pre-game, the post-game, how he speak to the media, what is his part also in the marketing, how he's living outside in the city. So with Leo, he's maybe not the right captain for that to show to you what he have to do, because he's one and only.
Yeah.
So he have a different image than all the other players.
Yeah.
So he don't have to show to you. I have to do maybe this podcast with here. He's different.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he's
He's
one.
the Jordan,
One of one.
Michael Jordan of
Michael
football.
Jordan. Yeah.
Yes, he's on the
Or the
level.
LeBron, depending on who you
Nah,
prefer.
Jordan. I don't know.
No,
Let's
Jordan.
keep it Jordan. Let's keep it
Yeah,
Jordan.
So another question I'm actually very interested to know is how much tactical training do players do? So obviously I'm sure you guys train a few times a week or a few times a day even, sorry.
Yeah.
How much emphasis is there on actually learning the kind of intelligent side of the game? So for example, Xavi and Busquets, super intelligent players. Luka Modric, super intelligent. Like, do they do anything outside of taking instructions from the coach? You know what I mean? Like, are they taking like coaching lessons or?
Yeah, no, it is. It's for me, when the people say that the team won, the coach won also.
Yeah.
But when the team lose, the coach loses too.
Yeah.
Because of course the coach is really important, because he prepares the team. That's what I told before. If you take the 10 best players, this will not be the best football team or soccer team. This is not for sure not. Because this have to be the strengthness you have to feel from inside.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a better striker than this one, but this one he can give me what this one can't give me, you know, because it's different. You
Very
know,
strategic.
that's why I'm sure that also maybe in my position there are maybe better players, but there was no better player to understand how is to play behind Leo or in front of Dani Alves in his moment. He was the best right back in the history, you know. But to understand this role,
how do you understand? This is what I'm interested to know.
but sometimes it's like in maths. It's 1 + 1. Sometimes
It just makes sense. It just fits.
Yes, you know. So
natural,
this is the capacity of the coaches or of the sports manager to search the player, to put it in, and then give the inputs. What is it? To understand, if you close your eyes, you know that I have on the left side this guy, he will be there, he will be there. If the ball is there, you have to move there because the other guy will do the other thing. And this is tactical work.
Man, football is very strategic, because, you know, the first time I ever watched a football game, I forget which year it was, but I watched it. How long is the game? An hour and
90 minutes.
90 minutes.
And there was not one goal. So I didn't understand this. I'm like, yo, how
it's
do
not like basketball, right?
Yeah, I said, how do they play for 90 minutes? Nobody get a score. But then when I watched it again, it's very technical. It's not as simple as you think, as we Americans think. Put it that way.
But there are many things like in American also. For example, the NBA.
Yes.
In the NBA, when they play, they prepare their attacks. They prepare that.
It's
Of
very
course, there are
strategic.
many individual moves
Yes,
when
yes.
Steph Curry take the ball and he can score from 30 meters. Yeah,
Yeah.
he can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He can do that, but maybe another one not. You know.
True. Yeah.
But he also know if I go on the right side, the other guy he will cover me there. He will move there. I will have my space there. So it's
Football
similar
is
for us.
Yeah, similar. No, I have more respect now. Now that I'm learning the game, I realize that football play is very technical.
You went to watch
very-
Al Shabab recently, right?
I went to Al Shabab. Shout out my Prince Khalid. He's a friend of mine who recently
You have
took
to come
over the team.
much more now.
Now I'm going to come. Now I'm going to come even more. You know, I might have to just pick my team. Just be Shabab. You know?
You are from Al Shabab. That's it.
But shout out to Prince Khalid. He's a friend of mine. He's the owner of the team, I believe.
guess
But
so,
he took me to the game about a month ago, I believe. Was it a month ago?
A bit longer when Mooney was there, right? When
My
your brother
brother
was
was there
there.
a couple months ago, and I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. You know what I mean? So the more that I watch these games, the more I realize you guys got a lot of work on your plate. It ain't easy
It is.
to be
It's not
running
easy.
back and forth. You got to be in shape, physical, mentally.
But there also you can understand or see maybe the difference when you play against a team. They are not well organized. Even
Yes.
maybe they have good players, but
Yes.
they're not well organized.
Mm.
You can reach the spaces. You will understand. Or for example, we played some weeks ago. We played against Al Nassr, and for sure Al Nassr have maybe a stronger team than ours.
Yes.
But we was much better organized this game.
It's a close game as
So
well. Very close game.
Yeah.
So you
it
guys
was,
won
I
that
think,
game.
No, they
We lost
But it was a
3-2
close
because
game.
of the individual quality they have. But like a team, we was better. We was closer to win than Al Nassr.
Yeah.
But what I want to explain, you have maybe a better team,
Yes.
but if you prepare well the game, you're able to take the spaces you need, or where you really can attack. You know. But if you not prepare it, you will don't have the spaces, and they will kill you with the individual quality. You know.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
This probably
Amazing.
links to my next question, Ivan. So I'm interested to know how much of how you personally play is instinctive compared to training drills and learning by rote. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think for me, the most important part for me, and I think for all players, is to feel happy,
Yeah.
to be there with a good spirit. You know,
Yeah.
to feel well, to know that you are in the right place,
Yeah.
that you enjoy to go to the training ground. Even now, I'm injured, but I go to the training ground. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I have to work because when you're injured, you work much more than the other guys.
Yeah.
But you have to feel good, you know. Just my team arrives now from Switzerland. The first thing they told me, "Wow, you look happy. You look
nice.
fresh, you know."
Yeah.
And this is what you have to transmit, you know.
Yes.
Because even if you have the best job in the world, but if you're not happy, you can't do it
It's not
well.
gonna work. Yeah.
true.
So it's better to stay at home. So this is the feeling or this is the way I try to play, you know, to feel well, to move, because when you feel fresh,
Yeah.
your moves are better, you connect better with your teammates, you can read before the things happen also against you, you're there, you can read a pass, you can close well the space.
Yeah.
And these are when you feel really well, when you feel fresh, happy. You have
So
to
do
be
you
happy.
prefer managers that give you more license in terms of how you play then, as opposed to really manipulating you on the pitch in terms of what you have to do and what you
I
can't
think
do?
the coaches today, they are so ready and they are working all the details.
Yeah.
They're working so much,
Yes.
and they really knows that every player is different.
Yeah.
So to one guy, you have to say every day, "Hi man, how are you? You're so nice. You're the nicest man. You're so unbelievable." The
Man
other guys,
management,
he don't like to speak too much. So just,
Yeah.
but
You
they
gotta deal with
understand.
different personalities.
Yes, you have to understand that, you know. So important is that finally the coach is there to go in one direction,
Yeah.
and we guys, we have to follow him. And
Dope.
there, of course, you have like a hierarchy. You have a line. There's a captain. There's the important players. They have to move. They have to move first. So how can I expect from the other guys to work hard if I don't want to work hard?
Yeah.
So they will say to me, Ivan comes here for vacation. Don't care. Let's have to take a coffee together. No. I go first. I told them my mission is to input to the guys the winner mentality. I told to them, we can laugh, we can have jokes all the time.
But
we have
work
to
hard.
be happy.
You have to work
But
hard. though.
when we are on the pitch, if I have to kick you, I will kick you.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
because I want to win.
Yeah.
We have
you
just
gotta
training
have
this
that,
way
you gotta
then
have
with-
that mentality.
That's why we have short games
Yeah.
on the training.
Yeah.
And if I score a goal, I will celebrate it like I score against in the
No
league
way.
game. Because I want to win.
Yeah.
After that,
that's
against
the goal.
all jokes.
Yeah.
If I have to kick you, I will kick you. But after that, I will give you a hand. I will put you up, give you a hug. I will say sorry. But I want
But when
to
it's
fight.
time to play, it's serious. Yeah,
That
you gotta have that
mentality.
So we have
mentality.
to go.
Yeah.
But this mentality, this winning mentality, you are go
Yeah.
for it in the trainings, you know.
Definitely, yeah.
Few more questions on Barca, and then we're going to move to your time in Saudi. So you mentioned Neymar at the start. He's now in Hilal. So what, you mentioned he's your favorite player, right? So what is it about him? And have you met him? Now you're in Riyadh together?
We was here some weeks ago
Nice.
because he's doing his recovery between Brazil and here in Saudi.
Yeah,
So he's like, I think 2 weeks here and 2 weeks in Brazil.
yeah.
And he had a bad injury. I'm really, it's a bit unlucky. First of all for him, but also for Al Hilal and for the whole league and the country.
Yeah.
I think for me, he's doing difference.
Yeah.
He's doing the football looking like dancing, you know. So
Yeah.
this happiness, that's why I told to him. And also I put a picture in my Instagram with him. Where I put just please never lose your happiness because you are different, man. So that's why I feel a bit bad to say that we lost him for many months with his big injury. But I know that he will work hard. That he has still many football in front and hope to enjoy.
This is actually amazing because this is his competition, basically.
Yeah, Hilal, right?
You know,
Shabab.
this is your competition. And you in NBA, they would be happy if Michael Jordan was out of the game. They're like, yes, Jordan is injured. But this is respect towards you. It shows a lot about you and your character.
But I think you want to play against the best guys, you know.
Exactly.
So of course it will be much harder to play against Al Hilal with Neymar, of course, because for me.
But it shows a lot about your personality and your character that even though he's your competition, you want him to get back on the pitch as soon as possible.
No, but I want to beat him on the pitch.
You want to beat him on the pitch.
But it's interesting. So even Claudio, your friend and agent, he mentioned that Neymar is one of the most humble guys he's met. And I found that surprising. I know that's a bit judgmental of me, but I assume he's a very flashy guy. But no, clearly.
He is my older daughter. She's maybe his biggest fan.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why I had the opportunity to play with so many big stars, you know. And he's different. He's different. He's so kind. He's so open.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so happy that he did the career he did. I think there are still many things to do for him.
Yeah.
He's young, right?
32 now, not the youngest for us.
Yeah, for football, that ain't too.
But he's different. He's just different.
What do you think, even, I don't know if you want to answer this, but some would say that he didn't fulfill his potential, right? They said he could have been a great, he maybe still is a great, to be honest, but do you agree with that? Do you think he could have done more? Or do you think, no, he's had a great career, PSG, Barca?
A big career he had for sure. But I think that he could win much more titles if he maybe stays with us more years in Barcelona.
In Barca.
Even us too. So,
Yeah.
we will be stronger with Neymar for sure.
Yeah.
So we did an amazing team in Paris, much stronger with Neymar.
Yeah.
And we lost really so much. You
Yeah.
know? So I think for both it was not easy, but sometimes to understand the situation is different. So that's why I told before, you know, it's not my decision. It's the right one. Your one or Neymar did a bad move. You know, he decided in that moment. It was hard. I told to him, please stay here. He decided, I think I have to move, and that's it.
Okay, good. The last question on Barca. Pep Guardiola recently said that the pressure of playing and managing Barcelona is unrivaled. Did you feel that way when you were there? Like, how did you feel it? What did you experience?
Like a player, not as a coach.
Yeah. But he said playing too. He's like playing and managing is next level.
Maybe I can explain it like this. When I did one of the first games of the league, when I arrived to Barcelona, we won 6-0 against Granada.
Yeah.
I scored a goal. The second one was a header of mine. And after the game, I had to go to speak to the press, to the media. And the first question was winning 6-0. The first question was, what happened to you guys? It's maybe start of the season, but you're still not playing well.
And you won.
Maybe,
6-0. That's crazy in football.
It was not 0-0 like your game.
It wasn't 0.
But what were they expecting?
I don't know. That's why I told. I just
that could mess somebody's confidence up.
I told the guy, we just won 6-0. I scored my first goal here now in the Camp Nou. An amazing afternoon. And the first question is, you're still not feeling like it? Because in Barcelona, it's not about winning. It's winning in the right way.
In style.
Yeah.
6-0 with style, no?
No, but you have to do it like this. You know, really.
Wow.
And this is maybe the hardest part, but that's why I say it's not about just winning. They don't want to win. They want to have the possession, big moves, to play a bit, like they say, tiki-taka. It comes from
they
there.
barely won. Like, that's the same in basketball. Some people barely won.
Yeah.
So they still would say, well, you won, but you didn't do a good job.
You didn't do a good job,
6-0 is different.
It's crazy,
You ain't even get
That's why they like more Luka Magic,
Yeah. Oh, you're into basketball, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a big NBA fan. Big NBA
Oh,
fan.
you're nice.
Oh, dope.
Okay.
So who's your favorite NBA player?
Now, of course, Luka
Doncic,
Magic.
Luka.
Luka Magic.
He's in Dallas, right? I think.
He's in Dallas.
Yeah,
He's in Dallas.
He ducking on everybody, bro.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think... I know I said no more questions on Barca, but this point, actually, I do have a few more. Do you think that's why they haven't... Because they haven't won the Champions League since Xavi left, since 2015, right? Since he stopped playing and he moved to Qatar. Do you think the pressure is what's holding them back? I mean, I think there's probably a few other reasons.
Even more pressure because Real Madrid won it many times in that part. So there's a big rivalry between Barca and Madrid, even much more what the people can expect.
Right?
Yeah, big.
It's crazy,
so if Barca is not winning, but Real Madrid, they win, so it's harder than both not winning,
Yeah.
So you have to understand that this rivalry it's on a level that this is really that you prefer these guys to lose and maybe a French team, a German team winning between them. Because the Barca people, they don't like Madrid, and the Madrid fans, they don't like Barca.
So it's like Bloods and Crips.
That's why, even because they lost since 2015, Barca never won Champions League again.
Yeah.
And I think in this time, 3 or 4 times won it Madrid, and this is even much harder for the people in Barcelona.
Serious rivalry.
Yeah. I mean, is it because Xavi left? Is it the pressure?
I think the dates, the numbers are there for something. That's why I told also maybe we lost too early Neymar. I'm sure with Neymar, some more years, it will be possible. I'm sure that maybe in 2 seasons for sure, we lost the Champions League of our own mistakes with Barca. 2017, 2018, it was our mistakes. We gave it to the other clubs. With all the respect, they deserve it, of course, but we just didn't want because we get like bored, when you start winning too much, you get bored, you don't take care about the details, and then they kill you,
Wow.
So a friend actually, Gris Khan, he actually asked me to ask you, how was Luis Suarez? So, because he's another guy that probably left too soon, right? How good was he to play with? Like, and do you think that was a factor as to why they haven't
crazy?
been
Like
successful?
this is just to say like a killer,
Yeah.
He's maybe like one personality on the pitch, and another one outside.
Crazy on the pitch.
Get the boots on.
Wow.
He wants to do everything to score.
Yeah.
But he needs to scoring. It's like a beast, He needs scoring. He needs scoring. He's working, he's fighting, he's pushing.
Wow.
And then the biggest quality, he have one opportunity and he take it.
Great finisher. In training too, he's like this?
Yeah, he's crazy.
Really? Yeah. Amazing player.
Where's he
even
from,
maybe he have 10
Uruguay.
centimeters.
Okay.
He have one. He take it inside. So
Amazing.
a big strike.
I think for sure a factor, him leaving was also a bad move. I think if he stayed...
He had also big injuries in his knee. He was not... That's why I think maybe the biggest difference between Madrid also and Barca is that Madrid is doing the changes of the generation, of the big generation they had like step by step, Luka Modric is still there, Kroos is still there, taking care about these amazing young players. And Barca with me, with Xavi, Iniesta, and then Leo, Luis, they change too fast.
Too much,
and of course they're big talented players and they will be the future of but maybe in these hard moments, we, like older guys, we are still important for them.
Yeah, for sure. Move on to the Saudi. So I want to talk about the Saudi League a little bit now. What are your goals for Shabab? So obviously you've come here, it's been a few months now, January, I believe?
1.5 months.
1.5 months. Do you have any particular goals? Like, how do you expect your time here to go?
Very easy, winning.
Winning, okay, nice. It's a good goal.
Bring them back. The president told me the idea is to bring back Al Shabab where they have to be. I think it's really hard now in the Saudi Pro League with the PIF teams. So It's not easy. We have to fight with them.
Yeah.
But I think the history of the club says it really clear
Yeah.
that Al Shabab have to be at the top.
Yeah.
I think we have an amazing team. I get also surprised with the Saudi players in my team.
Yeah.
They are really talented. We have to work on this tactical and professional part,
Yeah.
but they will be there, and I'm sure that the next weeks and also the next season will be really good for Al Shabab.
Do you think
Amazing.
is it possible to compete with Hilal and Nasser? Because I saw the game recently, you just lost a close game to Nasser.
Yeah.
Talisca scored a late winner. It was a close game, right? So can you compete with them over a season?
But it's different to compete one game against them
Yeah.
and to compete like 30 games against them.
Yeah.
So this is the part where we have to learn from these teams like Al Hilal or Nasser and all the guys, this winner mentality. You have to win every game. Every game is important. So there's not to say, now we play in 2 weeks against Al Hilal, let's win Al Hilal.
Yeah.
But I prefer to win every game.
Yeah.
I don't want to win only against Al Hilal and after that we go to, I don't know, to other games. It's not Al Hilal, it's, I don't know, it's Al Ittifaq, it's not so important. No, it's more important. Because you have to get, again, new 3 points. And this winner mentality we have to take from the big teams.
Wow,
Interesting.
wow.
What is the best way to instill that? Does that come from players like yourself, kind of world-class players? And, is it promoting that culture, or is it from the management? Is it better infrastructure? Like, what is...
From everything a bit, but starting the winning day by day.
Yeah.
It's, of course, the results are the most important part.
Yeah.
But we want to do bigger and more important the club, the infrastructure, the pre-games, the post-games have to be better. So all these parts are important to reach the level.
Okay.
So let's move on it. That's why we are here. But also we with many experience, also the coaches from outside, the sports director is an Italian guy. So all we have to try to move in the same direction with a clearly target, putting Al Shabab on the
We need
high
Al
part.
Shabab to be number one now.
What about, what are you... the prospects for the Saudi League, the Russian Saudi League, like, what do you see? Because obviously there's a lot of excitement right now, right? So a lot of players came in last summer. Obviously yourself just came. There's a big expectation in the summer as well. A lot of money will be spent. Are you excited about it? What do you think? How competitive can the league be in the next few years, do you think?
We'll see. It depends also how the clubs will move next summer.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are still many things to do.
Yeah.
But let's go like step by step. I think you can't jump directly from here to the fifth floor. So you have to go to the first, the second one, to the third. So let's go step by step to do it in the right way. Of course, we need to come more players. We have to improve the infrastructure. We have to get to good stadiums to be ready for everything. And then I'm sure that everything is possible because for me, it's quite clear that the future of the Saudi Pro League
is good.
Will be.
Wait, you were kind enough to show us around earlier the training ground and stuff. It looks really good quality. Like the stadium looks good. The training ground.
It is. That's why really everybody let's visit the Al Shabab Stadium.
It's
because it's really amazing.
Nice.
So we didn't was there. So I expect you soon.
No, I'll be there. It's right around the corner from my house.
We have to be together there.
No, we'll be together, bro. I'll be there with you. I see the lights from my house. You know that, right? But a question, because in 2018, Croatia came second place in the World Cup, correct?
Yes.
Was this the first time that Croatia team got that far in the World Cup?
That's it. We are only 4 million people, man.
Wow.
That's crazy, right?
So that was history, basically.
History. In 98, they get to the semifinals. They get third in the World Cup in France, 98. And 2018, it was a bit like what I spoke before. We was not the best team. We was not the strange team with the biggest players. Of course, we have big players like Modric, Mandzukic, really important players.
Yes.
But we was together one.
That's amazing.
Great environment, great culture.
We was one team, amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
I think the people, many friends that told me after the games, when we had the dinner after the games, and there was between 80 and 100 people. It looks like a family party, man. It was looking like, what happened here?
Yeah.
What happened? You just playing football, or what happened? Wow. And this feeling was unbelievable, and that's why I was able to reach the big final in.
How can you
in
build
Russia.
this team spirit? Like how is this manufactured?
it's not easy to manage like 23. We was 23 players, hard characters.
Yeah.
Sometimes bad characters.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's
Because
not
everybody's
easy.
personality different.
Yeah.
That's like
So that's
man.
why it's not easy. I think there you need a big coach.
Yeah.
A big coach to understand, to manage this.
Yeah.
A right captain, a right construction in the team.
Yeah.
This was really important. Luka was the captain. I was the second captain. Luka was the third one.
Yeah.
A really important guy in the defense. And this feeling between all the guys was unbelievable. Also,
Yeah.
also the staff was with us. This was just amazing.
Amazing, man. I wanted to ask about Ronaldo, because we spoke about him earlier. You played against him when he was at Madrid, and now you played against him a few weeks ago. What is it about him that makes him so great? That might sound like an obvious question, but he's nearly 40 years old and he's still playing, still scoring. So what have you observed close hand as to why he's so good?
Because first of all, I have the biggest respect to Ronaldo.
Mhm.
For me, he's one of the best in the history of football for sure.
Yeah.
And there, even I think if all of us, if we can get only 1% what he have inside this winner mentality,
Yeah.
Wow.
it will be so much. Because like you told before, like Kobe Bryant, no, he's getting the first guy in the gym. He moves the last out. He's preparing the next day. And after he scores one goal, he wants to score the second one.
Wow.
So this is where you really feel it. I saw it also when he played against us. It was a penalty. He scored a penalty goal. And I saw in his eyes, in the concentration he had before taking the penalty. This will be goal, man. This have to be goal because he's focused. He's in. He's there where he have to be. You know.
Wow.
So this spirit he have, I think it have to be a mirror for all of us.
Amazing.
Wow, it's amazing.
Moving on a little bit in terms of, linking to what you said actually about mentality, I wanted to ask you, Jose Mourinho said in 2019 that you're one of the most underrated players in the world. So I wanted to ask you, that is a compliment, I would say. How did you feel about it? Because obviously you're playing in a team with big personalities.
No, I think first of all, speaking about me, a guy like Jose Mourinho, it's amazing because he's one of the biggest coaches in the history of football.
Yeah.
There was never the opportunity to work with him all the time, to play against him.
Yeah.
Like last season, we won the Europe League final with Sevilla against his club with Roma. But I think maybe some things, like I told before, can only understand people they are really inside in football.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I really appreciated all what he said in this interview about myself, because there you can really feel that he's analyzing football in all the details.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's a compliment then from a coach on that level.
Oh,
you know
he's one of the best ever. But does it bother you, but do you wish you were more appreciated, or you're happy to be under the radar?
If I can hear this from Jose Mourinho, I think it's enough.
Okay, fine.
Bro, my 10-year-old son, my 11-year-old son Salman, when I told him we was going to interview him, he knows who you are. He's American. So he's like, what, Daddy?
Barcelona.
He knows you from Barcelona. He said, you interview him, Daddy?
In Saudi, it's probably the biggest outside of the Saudi teams. Barcelona is the most probably appreciated team. So
definitely.
And you won the Champions League, and the last time they won it as well.
Definitely.
So, just moving on, we have a few general questions because we're basically wrapping up now. So, who were your football idols growing up, and what influence did they have on you?
For me, it was a Croatian guy, Robert Prosinecki.
Okay.
I don't know if you know him. He plays also in Sevilla, in Barcelona, and Real Madrid.
Yeah.
He was one of the most talented Croatian players in history.
Yeah.
Wow,
because he was like dancing with the ball. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to work with him 5 years in the national team. He was the second coach.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing. This guy is different.
Who is the best player you played with outside of Messi? Because everybody's going to say Messi. So except for Messi, and the best player you played against?
Yeah, it's for me maybe between Neymar and Luka Modric.
I thought so. Modric,
These are my two guys.
Yeah.
And to play against, maybe for sure Cristiano Ronaldo.
The best against, okay. And the next question was Luka Modric, actually, because he's a player I really, really like. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I used to enjoy watching him at Tottenham. And I saw obviously at Madrid, he's now 38, 39, and he's still playing. What is it about him? Is it his football intelligence? Is it just his natural ability? Like, what is it that's so good about him?
I think also to take care about his body, his Because for me, they are not ages. There's just qualities.
true.
If you're ready, you're ready. Even if you're 20 years old or 38, like Luka.
Yeah.
So if you're ready, you have to be on the pitch, and he takes care about all the details.
Yeah.
He's 100% professional. He knows what he needs, and football is not only about quality. It's like understanding football.
Yeah.
You have to understand football. It's
So he has a good
it's
IQ
different.
football.
Yes, you have to
IQ,
understand. You have to be really
Yeah.
intelligent. So
Yeah.
you can be maybe really talented, but without this football intelligence, so you will never be a big player. So he has everything he needs.
You played with probably the most intelligent players ever in terms of Modric, Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta. Like, how does that impact you? Like your game? Does that have any influence?
Learning day by day.
Yeah, just watching them and
learning, enjoying. That's why I told you, even to give to that guy this part of it, it's amazing. But you're learning. That's why. But it's not only learning on the pitch. All what they are doing before, after, how they're preparing a big competition. So all this you have to learn, like moving day by day.
Okay, interesting. Of all the trophies you've won, which is the most important to you?
There are like two different parts. The most important and the most emotional.
Yeah.
Maybe the most important was, of course, winning the Champions League. Of course, scoring a goal in the final. It's the trophy. You all the players we want to win the Champions League. But maybe the most emotional was the first Europe League I won with Sevilla, because nobody expected. It was like we played the final against Benfica. It was like how many goals they will score against us.
Really?
And we was really the better team. We won in penalty shootout, but nobody expect that I was the MVP of the final.
Yeah.
This was really the biggest emotion.
So this is the most emotional. More emotional than Champions League.
Even maybe it was also my first big title.
Yeah.
But this emotion was a bit different. Yes.
Interesting. Who is the most influential manager that you ever had, and what impact did they have on you?
Since I'm professional.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are maybe 2 or 3. First of all, for sure, Christian Gross. He was my first coach in Basel.
Yeah.
He works in Saudi. He was in Al Ittihad, if I can remember, or Al Ahly. I'm not sure. Al Ahly. Al Ahly.
Yeah.
He was in Al Ahly, and he did also amazing here in Saudi. This I know. He was really important for me because he did it possible for me to play professional football. And there I learned really many things. After that, for sure, Unai Emery, now at Aston Villa. One of the best coach I had in my career, for sure.
He's doing a great job now as well, yeah.
Amazing coach. And then for sure, maybe also Luis Enrique.
Yeah.
And then never forget Zlatko Dalic. He was here also in Saudi with Al Hilal.
Yeah.
These are maybe the guys the most important for me.
Amazing. Last question. You're now 36, I believe?
Just some days ago. Is
the plan to be like Ronaldo? Keep going until you're 40, 41, 42?
I think since I feel ready, since I feel really important for the team, since that I can really help on the pitch, I want to be there. If it's 1 year more, 2 years more, or 5 years more, we'll see. I will not try to sign a 5-year contract because it's a big deal. No, let's go like step by step. When I feel ready, if also the team needs me, I want to be there.
How's your body though? Like, I don't think you're injury prone, right?
Well, look, mashallah.
He looks strong.
Mashallah, he looks like a 19-year-old kid.
Sometimes it's, of course, the recovery is now a bit different. I'm not 19. But also I take care much more about my body, about myself when I was 19 or 20 years old. So really, about that, I feel better than ever. The last 3 games in the team, I had the best dates about running and everything.
Oh, nice.
So I feel ready. But it's not only about running. You have to run in the right way. So you have to be close to the ball. When you can really feel that you're on the right place. So if it's 1, 2, 3, for me, hopefully the whole life, because I love football. I want
to enjoy
there.
playing though.
That's why I'm here.
Not,
he looked like he's happy. He don't look like he's like, oh man. But I have a question from a friend of mine, Abdullah. Last question. Let me pick. He sent a few, so I'm gonna pick one.
Okay, sure.
He said, "What do you expect Barcelona to do this year in the Champions League?"
It's interesting because it's not easy because they have a tough game now against Paris. Will be not easy, and I think that this season it's maybe the more equalized Champions League than in the last 4 or 5 years. So I think all the 8 teams, they are still there.
Yes.
They have the possibility to be champion. You know, for me, hopefully Barca can go through. So after Paris, they're already in semi-finals. So Barca knows to play these big games. I would like that Xavi could take a big title also
in his final season.
So it will be amazing. So hopefully they can do that. I will support them for sure from Saudi. And hopefully they can get it.
Inshallah.
Yes.
Last question.
Last of the last.
Last of the last.
Last of the last.
Because I just saw this. Last of the last. After football, what would you do? Would you go into coaching, management, or do you have an interest in this?
As you asked me before, how many years more I will be on the pitch? I don't know. I study sports management with the UEFA.
Okay.
I'm also speaking to Harvard to be there to start to learn, to have important contacts to know more about football, because it's not only playing in the big stadium, no?
Yeah.
So to know about the business, the marketing part, I'm really interested on it. So, but there are much more things to learn, you know, to really know about that, because in this time when you're playing, you're on the pitch. So you're concentrating on the ball, to score, to win. But now I try to learn many things just to be ready when the time comes, when I have to say stop. To be ready. To be really ready for it. Now, of course, I'm really interested on all the marketing part, all the press part. Maybe not directly as a coach, but I really also like all the things they're doing, like the sports manager part, all the
director of football,
manager,
maybe like this,
something like this. So you never know. But I'm also I like what happened around football, you know. So this world is getting much bigger every year. So this is very, very interesting for me. But let's move step by step and still enjoy a bit on the pitch.
Thank you so much, man.
Thanks for your time,
pleasure.
bro.
Thank you. Thanks for the invitation.
Appreciate you.
Late night podcast.
We meet in our stadium for sure.
For sure. We'll be there. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah, no, we have to come. You're gonna play against Hilal. You'll be there, right?
I hope so.
Inshallah. Hopefully, Hopefully you'll be fit.
Sure,
but the recovery is going well and stuff like that.
Everything going well. So I hope to be in 2 or 3 days back with the team. And then go for it.
Inshallah. Perfect, man.
That was some questions from Abdullah. He asked later.
What is he?
I said my friend Abdullah was this guy.
It was this guy. Yeah, we good.
No, we good.
Yes.
We good.
We can ask him. It's a big question because
He was sending me the questions.
He's going to know.
Question? Yeah, bro. When I said my friend Abdullah, it's him.
What's your question?
Xavi or Iniesta?
Mom or dad?
That's why I kept getting on my phone. Abdullah sent me the questions. Like, what's going on here?
It's difficult.
Well, who do you prefer? Who do you prefer?
I'm Iniesta.
Yes.
It's difficult.
I didn't ask you Modric or Xavi because I know you.
He's with the stadium. I mean, he's with the company Mike Pods, the podcast.
No, it's difficult to say between Xavi and Iniesta. I'm bigger friend of Iniesta. I have more contact with him. I also speaking with Xavi, but it's difficult to choose between them, guys. It's difficult.
Iniesta or Zidane?
Mike Tyson or Jake Paul?
Iniesta. Darren Iniesta.
Iniesta over Zidane?
Yes.
Man.
Okay.
My friends argue this. My friend Shady, he's probably going to watch this, but he always says Iniesta. I always say Zidane.
His
name is Shahid, but they call him Shady.
Shady.
I always thought
Shady,
Zidane.
Shady.
Yeah. I always thought Zidane. But
Okay, what was your feeling as a team when Modric missed the penalty against them?
He told me to ask this question.
Oh, man.
I want to kill him. I was thinking about that because in our generation, after the group stage, we never passed the first game.
Yes.
So it was like we played against Denmark, and we won against Argentina in the group stage. We won Iceland. We won all our games in Nigeria, and we feel really strong. And we played Denmark, and then I think it was the 116th minute, and it was penalty for us.
Yes.
And normally the penalties, it's something for me or for Luka. And Luka told me, let me shoot. I said, of course, no problem. and then he missed. I thought no.
Yeah, Peter Schmeichel said.
Yeah. Schmeichel said, but Kasper.
Casper, yeah.
Yeah.
Peter was the father.
Yeah. Pete's
wow.
long retired.
He
Fighting
saved
words.
it.
I mean, this is fighting actually.
I was thinking about this is not possible, man. Again out, man. No.
Any more? You have more? Khalas, last couple because
Yeah,
it's
you
late.
gotta go,
It's
bro.
late. Come on. Last couple. Khalas,
Let's do one more.
said, yeah, it's more.
Let's do one more.
One more, he said, I've done that.
Yeah. Be careful what.
Okay, Ivan, what's your biggest achievement in football? Like, it's the silver on World Cup or the Champions League with Barcelona?
I think it's not about the titles. It's about getting up every morning with the happiness to play football. This is the biggest part.
Yeah,
Because titles comes and goes, but your happiness is
exactly. Yeah.
happiness heals.
Man,
Yeah.
that's a dope.
Big
That's
heart.
the best way, bro.
How do Saudis, we ask our producer, how do Saudis feel about Ivan? They must be happy that he's here, right?
Yeah, sure. Ahmed actually is a Barcelona fan, so
Yeah.
he's a happy. I'm a Messi fan. So if
Okay.
you can get me a signature from Modric to play
Yeah, you're right.
in Chelsea in 2011.
Yeah, you're right. He was close. He was really close.
Before he went to Tottenham or after? No.
Yeah, he was in Tottenham.
Yeah.
Before he goes to Real Madrid, he
Okay.
was so close to sign.
Yeah.
for
Oh,
Chelsea.
really?
I'm glad I ain't picked my team yet because I can
Liverpool, bro.
I can
picked your
pick and
team.
choose now.
Liverpool and Shabab, that's your team, bro.
Liverpool, Shabab.
Yeah.
Itihad
Real Madrid.
though, my friend plays for
Benzema
Itihad,
plays with them,
but he
yeah.
haven't been playing, so I don't know. I'm still gonna choose my
Nah.
team. Maybe I'll Shabab.
Shabab,
Only because
nice.
only because I like you and your agents was cool.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
know,
That's
that's how I pick my team, bro.
Let's go for it.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Can we just take a picture?
Yes.
Even honestly, really appreciate it, bro.
I really appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
Can we
Thank
just
you,
take
bro.
a